Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to be doing something different today. We're looking at oppositions. These are my brand new deck. And what they are is basically, it's like a polarities situation where you've got, negative and positive. So we're going to be seeing almost like what are your positive attributes and your negative attributes from these cards. So we're going to draw up 3 cards and see what we got. So all right, so let's do pile number 1, let's do pile number 2, and a pile number 3. All right, so I'll leave these up for a quick second, hot minute here, and we'll get started shortly. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. We're looking at oppositions here, okay, which means that we're looking at the balance between negative and positive and seeing what about your life and what's to come. So let's just see what goes on. So I feel like we're going to be starting off with the past and working our way into present and future, just because I feel like that would make sense to me on how this is relatable to you as well with these cards. So let's start off with the card you chose, which is the 6 of Cups. All right, so basically this card tells me that you've had a really good childhood, okay? That things have actually worked out really good, that you've looked up to somebody in particular that has taught you many things, that you felt like you weren't alone in life, and that things have actually gone your way, or at least back in the day you could see, all the positive things in your life that made you who you are, and you've actually, had a lot of confidence built up from that person that has shown you the way. So let's see what else we've got going on. And see about your past, and we'll work into our present and future. And again, these are really new cards to me. So I'm actually putting a lot of merit onto my my psyche than versus just the cards alone. So, and it's not because of anything. I mean, tarot cards are tarot, but I feel like some tarot cards can deviate a little bit from its meaning. So therefore, I kind of put my 2 cents in that. All right. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got the 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. All right. So I feel like this is, in the past, when I'm saying past could be, childhood related. I feel like afterwards you've moved on into maybe even adolescence, or even being a teenager. And I feel like that's when everything kind of opened up for you, all right? Being able to work, being able to justify what you do, feel happy about things and stuff like that. That also implemented a lot more burdens in your life and more decision makings, okay? So I feel like nothing really out of the ordinary has happened here in the past that would say, okay, well, there's a lot of negativity per se coming your way. So I feel like that this is just imminent things that happen day-to-day life that has happened to a lot of us, that, we go from, being a kid to eventually having responsibilities and moving forward and having things happen in our lives. So I feel like that this is a lot of that stuff, the struggles of just general life that has happened to you. Okay, so I also feel like with the 3 of Wands here, we're seeing also scarcity. So maybe the opportunities that were at one point seemed so nice, healthy, and balanced, I feel like then eventually something else populated. And this is part of that positive and negative aspect, is that we're looking at the positive things that are going on, and now we're seeing something else that populated somewhere in between that said, okay, well, all right. With the 3 of Wands, we're seeing that, that I tried to do this and it just didn't plan out. Maybe you tried to move somewhere else and it just didn't work out. You had to move back home. So there's a lot of differences here that may have happened in the past that would pertain to your situation in the near present. So having said that, we're going to actually set this up here up high. All right, and I'm going to build in a present moment situation about what we're doing right now. How is this relating to our past and what we're seeing for the future? Okay, so let's see what we've got here. All right. Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so this is about new beginnings, new ideas here. And I see that there's that a sense of having a relationship that maybe it's newer, or you feel that you have more to say than your partner, or vice versa. I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles here, looking at herself in that mirror is like a challenge too, of saying, look, this is who I am, this is what I've completed, and I'm comfortable in my skin. The Ace of Wands, clearly it's new opportunities, new journey that is coming in motion, and possibly with somebody, such as the Page of Swords that's a little bit unsure about themselves. Maybe they need a little bit of pick-me-upper. And I feel like this is part of your present moment, that maybe either you've just started a relationship, or you've been building up something with somebody that has not been really feeling 100% secure. So it's a new journey for you, in a sense of finding out what this person wants, or what you want, actually. All right, so we've got the Justice here, and we also have got the Six of Wands. So it's like a full victory to you, full accomplishments. All right, so I feel like whatever hurdles you've had in the past, and especially with the Three of Wands here, and kind of moving away from something, even if it didn't go right, I feel like things that are moving into the present time are kind of going your way, and it's going to maintain that way. All right, I feel that sense of confidence with the Justice, everything kind of moving forward, a balancing situation, and also the Six of Wands with the victory, that things are finally getting to that point of success, whether it's in I'm going to say whether it's like an inner self kind of situation, or also feeling that a victory of whatever you've accomplished or you're wanting to accomplish. I feel like that this is something that that is definitely along those lines, that there's a lot of positivity here. There's a lot of, building up something. All right, so you've been working hard on building up something. So I feel like this is like the present moment for you, and there's nothing really, to be honest with you, nothing really that I can see, and that would be completely different. Let's see what else we've got here with your future, and see, maybe you can see that better. Sorry, I'm trying to make these cards, are very shiny, and I feel like it's hard with my light to get a clear view without the glare. So, all right, so we've got the Four of Swords, we've got the Hermit, the Star, and the Four of Cups. And that one is in reverse. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so let's put these aside, because I feel like I'm going to need my two hands to talk. All right, so what I'm seeing here with the King of Swords, I'm seeing somebody overly confident, but in a good way. I feel like he's got the sun, the moon, and I feel like he's just come out of having a good battle. Everything has come his way, all right, which we talked here about being victorious, and I feel like that's exactly the future that you're seeing for yourself right now as well, is being confident and victorious. But I feel like also there's going to be time that you're going to be reflecting and seeing things that you need to still work on. You need to be able to accomplish more. So I feel like in the future, you're going to be seeing a lot of different scenarios where you're going to be looking inwards, looking outwards for things that are going to be coming about, that either unforeseeable, or that they're going to be coming into your life that you have to reflect on. And maybe that confidence level that you have with the King of Swords will eventually just subside a little bit until you feel comfortable again and see the new light. That is why the Hermit is there, because it's guiding you into a new direction. Okay, looking out, seeing clearly for what you need to do in the future. So you can see that he's looking straight on at you, or at me actually. But let's see if we can see it. But he's also holding at direction here. Okay, there's the long stick and the short stick. Which stick are you going to use or take? Okay, so which direction are you going to go? Which one is he holding back? Okay, he's looking at the shorter stick. Why? Because you've already tried the tall stick, and maybe now you need a different area, different way of looking at things. We also have the star here, which is pouring into the dirt, okay? But with confidence and saying, this is where I'm planting. This is where I'm going to be putting in that water, whatever, kind of looks almost like milkish. But I'm going to be putting that into the ground and to see what grows, what happens out of it. So I feel like this is also a connection. See if you can see that better here. I feel like this is also a connection, all right? Kind of a response to the way you see things and where you're going to be planting your new seeds into, or planting or throwing in that water to plant new seeds, basically. So overall, I feel like that your future, you're kind of putting in other things. You're trying in new perspectives, and you're trying to see other how to do things differently. I feel like this is a short victory, because there's so much more potential. There's so much more that you want out of life, that you're still kind of seeing where you want to go with it. So I feel like that the star is going to be very important, because it's also going to help you actually figure out what your wishes are, what you want to do. And once you reach that goal, then it's going to be easier for you to understand where you need to go from there. I also see here the Four of Cups in reverse, which also can, to me, it's kind of feeling like a loneliness. All right. So I feel like that sometimes it's like that part of being happy, victorious, and joyful. And sometimes it can also get lonely in the top. All right. So for some of you that might think of, being a career guru, whatever, and being able, like, making sure that you have those goals in mind to become whatever, president, whatever it is that you want to do. Also, it can get lonely at the top. So if this relationship here in the present doesn't seem to go about, I feel like also that moving on into a career opportunity can also mean that you're leaving all relationships behind as well. So just keep an eye on that. I mean, obviously, it's up to you, your choice of what you want to do in life. But technically, I would say that with this spread here, I see nothing but good fortune for you, nothing but, extremely happy guidance, and also a direction that you are willing to go from your past into your future. With that being said, I'm going to let this go. Please don't forget to check out my other videos, subscribe, like, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Hasta luego. Hey, welcome pal number 2. Thank you so much for joining. We're looking at oppositions today. So we're looking at positive, negative aspects of your life, and seeing from past, future, or past, present, and future. So here's the card you chose, which is the 9 of Wands. All right, so to me, the 9 of Wands represents caution, represents somebody that is worried, and also making sure that things go correctly. So if this is from your past, and we're going to start with that, with your past, we're seeing that you're very cautious and protective over yourself and others, and you're always making sure that you're, keep your eye open for certain things, certain ideas in your life. All right, so we've got the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So we're seeing a lot of movement in regards to finances. So I feel like that there's that situation with the 8 of Swords that you felt kind of like you were trapped a little bit in the past with your financials. We see that there's that hard work and earned all of what you've got. So you put a lot of effort into you know, creating things for yourself, but somewhere down the line you felt like you were a little bit shortcoming with that. However, I do see that the pattern was increasing the amount of money coming in. So therefore you were trying not just hard, but you were also gaining momentum as well. In the past, we have the Five of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Wands. So I feel like that the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, that challenge of, you know, creating, I feel like this was part of what you were and how you were completing things, and sometimes even a battling it out with somebody in order to be able to gain. All right, so if this was a job opportunity, then therefore you were always trying to be on top of things and being able to feel good by doing things. Now the Five of Cups is usually something about being a little bit unhappy, upset, but you can see here based on her face that she's actually excited and kind of moving from one vase to another, which is saying that she's not seeing only the negative aspect, but she's seeing the good outcome of things. So with the Three of Swords, I feel like things, even though usually it's about heartbreak, I feel like that this also has the effect of changing the direction in your past into the future by being more conscientious about what you're doing, and especially in workforce. So let's see what else we've got here in the present moment. So we've got the Star in reverse, we've got the Hierophant, and the Strength. So I feel like that you tried really, really hard to change, whether it's the way you see things, but I also feel like this is also traditionally what you had expected your life to be, and all of a sudden you had to change the way you've seen things. It's kind of like that illusion of everything being happy and into place. Then all of a sudden now in the present moment, it feels like there was something missing, and therefore now you're kind of gaining your strength back and seeing things for what they truly are. So the Hierophant reminds you of a lot of traditional things that may have been in the past that now you're kind of moving away from, and then finding your inner strength in order to do things differently and challenge yourself a little bit more in different aspects in your life. All right, so we've got the Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. All right, so we see in this the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I feel like that situation conflicts, even within yourself or with others. I feel like it comes back over and over again, even from the past into the future. I feel like you're climbing this mountain that you can't get over the hill, but I feel like eventually you're going to be moving on to bigger and higher things, as long as you keep your mind and your energy tight. With the Queen of Swords, I feel like that confidence level pops up again. So whatever stress in your life that you've been having with the Nine of Swords, eventually it will move on to something that is leading you up to climb that mountain, and also be able to feel confident again. It's kind of like looking back at the sword here. If you see that with the Queen of Swords, you're looking back at it with that, hey, I've reached my goal. I've been able to accomplish what I wanted. And now let's move on. Let's do something. So that's where you are right now. And then we see also the Queen of Cups coming in is also a very strong emotional sense. She's also very confident about herself, but she also holds her heart in her hand or in the cup, and therefore she's actually saying, I'm an emotional person, but I can hold it together and be able to do both, right? Be able to continue on being challenged by work, but also I'm able to control my emotions and be confident about the way things are. So that's where your present is currently, and that's the way things kind of look up for you. Let's see what else we've got going on here for your future. So we've got the Three of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So pile number 2, I feel like that this is a lot to do with confidence, and also a lot of work, opportunities, moving away from a situation, finding new challenges, new opportunities. So I feel pile number 2 that you are always busy looking for something new. In the future, I feel like you're going to be doing exactly the same thing. Okay, finding those reward moments, changing status, changing jobs, trying to find that new thing, that new opportunity that comes through. So obviously you're very creative, and you also have a lot of assertiveness in order to start something completely new all the time. So I feel like this is like every decade, I feel like you kind of move into something completely different and reinvent yourself in some way or another. Whether even if there's hardship, I feel like that you kind of, you know, pick yourself back up and move along and do things differently. So we've got the 4 of Swords, the King of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and we've got the 4 of Pentacles. All right. So with the 4 of Swords, I feel like it's time to kind of chill out. So in the future, I feel like that you're going to be looking at yourself, obviously with enormous confidence, but I feel like this is where you're going to be seeing, okay, it's time for me to kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the fruit of what I've actually made. I feel like even with the 5 of Pentacles here, I don't feel like that this is a moment of losing money, but I feel like it's a moment of giving. So with that being said, if you see that the older lady that's on the picture kind of begging for money, I feel like that you're going to be utilizing that opportunity to actually give back to others, and also be able to save money for, you know, retirement. So there's going to be a pattern for you that not only are you going to be able to do and accomplish what you want, but you're also going to be able to give back to others. And I feel like that this is an important part of who you are and what you're wanting to accomplish in life. And that is, you know, being self-sufficient and giving to others. So there you have it. Hopefully this made sense to you. Thank you so much for joining. If you like this video, make sure to check out my other videos, and also like, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Hasta luego. Hey, pal number 3, thank you so much for joining. We're looking at oppositions today. So we're looking at positive and negative aspects in your life. We're also going to be looking at your present or past tense, present, and future. So stick with me and let's see what we've got. So this is the 8 of Wands that you chose. So the first thing that I see is a happy child that has broken barriers, that's able to kind of move on challenges and also be able to, you know, go in jumping and having a lot of fun. So I feel like that also emanates for your past and how well you did in your childhood memories, how you felt about things. You felt like you were free to do whatever you wanted to do at that time, and felt like there was no hold bars. And also maybe for some of you it was also traveling. Maybe you did a lot of traveling as you were a kid, and therefore you had a lot of fun and excitement. So let's see what else comes up in your past, and let's go from there. All right, so we've got the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. All right, so I feel like that there's like a lot of love and happiness overall surrounding you, especially in your past. I feel like you had a lot of people that were around you that were very comforting and also showed you true potential. When I'm seeing that, I see the Knight of Cups and also the King of Wands. So either some of you were early on in a relationship which was very equal and have moved on into marriage or whatnot, and for others it could also be just somebody in your family that you had a lot of love and connection with, like a mother or father figure that you were able to relate and be able to admire them and see their potential and become more like them in the future. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles here. So this is the give and take of money. So I feel like that you're that everything has been or was overall very much connected with you based on your emotions, as well as your career opportunities and money as well. It's like a new journey was approaching, and you took it on very well, actually. So we see here the Sun, and we also have the Death card. So it's like a new era approach. So once you took that journey, a new era approached, okay? You were able to see things very novice, but yet exciting in your life with the Sun, and also were able to leave things behind and be able to start a new path in your life. So that's where the Death card comes in. As you can see, we see sunlight here, we see sunlight there. So overall, a very positive aspect in your past. So starting up. So let's see what else comes up in your present, and let's see what we got. So we've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Two of Wands, which actually came together with pile number 2 as well. So, and then we've got the Hierophant in reverse, along with the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like in the present now, you've been battling a little bit of issues here, especially with the Hierophant upside down, that you've been questioning a lot of things that have been happening in your current situation. So maybe it's just because it hasn't been moving as quickly as you thought you would. Maybe even whether it is career or including money or other opportunities, it's just kind of been steady but not really rising as fast as you wanted to. You wanted commitment out of a certain situation, but it hasn't happened as either. But I feel like that with the Seven of Pentacles here, we're seeing that those fruit of your hard work are finally starting to come together, and that you're going to be seeing those rewards come up. All right, and that you're going to be happy and excited to do new things and being motivated of doing actually a lot more that's coming your way. You haven't actually, even in your present time, have noticed yet to come. So with that, I feel like that with the Queen of Swords, there's also that confidence building of that new stuff that's going to come your way that potentially you weren't seeing yet. Especially, I feel like this is also that money situation with you, that you want to increase that potential and increase what you're doing, and possibly even a job change in order to be seeing that come true. So we've got the King of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. So it's like frozen in time, but yet you're going for it regardless of what it is. So even though here we're seeing that there's that moment of being able to see things clearly with the Seven of Pentacles, and seeing happiness come from what you've accomplished financially, I feel like with the Knight of Swords, that you're going straight into something completely different that may possibly either scare you, or you feel that it's going to be scarcity for money. And also with the Ten of Swords, that is going to be locking you in to something that you're unexpected, or think that may possibly be becoming negative source of income for you. So I feel like you're taking a risk on here in the present moment. You're going to be taking on a risk, or if you are already taking a risk, that you're kind of feeling that it's going to kind of leave you a little bit out and about. But I don't think that this is going to be a negative situation, because I see the Emperor coming through and the Ace of Pentacles. So clearly this is something that you're going to have to jump up to the occasion, because even though it might feel kind of like semi-stuck right now and that you're kind of enclosed, the Emperor is saying the confidence level is up. You're going to be seeing that reward with new opportunities here with the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So it's really, really coming your way. It's just a matter of time. And because you're not seeing this right now, it feels like you're putting a lot of effort or money investment into something that has yet populated or not populated, or rewards in, in the present time. So let's see what else we've got here for the future. And yeah, let's see. All right, so we've got the Three of Swords, we've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Nine of Swords. All right. So talking about money, I feel like that this is also going to be something that you're going to be feeling emotionally, but also it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable in a sense of not knowing exactly, even including in the beginning of the future, where you're seeing with the Three of Swords, even though you're kind of putting your foot down, there just doesn't seem to be that reward coming yet. And it's also just going to give you a little bit more anxiety, hesitation, and not knowing when. All right. So I feel like that there's two things here. One is that things are going to be coming, but you just don't know when. And the other is like, I feel stuck right now. Is this going to be ending soon? And which both of them, I feel like this is like that moment where your spirit guides are saying, you know what? Maybe not telling you probably would be a better idea right now, because sometimes not knowing is better than knowing. We've got the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Strength card. So what we were saying here about not knowing, I feel exactly the same way. And I kind of see this now as being something of savoring this for later, because saving that time and energy for other things that you need to do as well. All right, so just thinking about finances or job opportunities may not all have to do just with that. Maybe you need to be able to see all things happen at the same time then versus just one or the other. Maybe also focusing on relationships and being happy, mentally stable and being happy, versus anxiety might be the option that you actually need in the future in order to see that fulfillment that of everything. So I feel like the Magician is the major card here for you, especially in this futuristic energy, that you have to be able to look at everything, not just one thing or the other. So if you're concentrating a lot about, how much money you make, maybe it's time to concentrate on other things. And especially with the Strength card, I feel like being able to let go of other things and being able to, um, like not be fearful of other situations is actually going to help you in the long run. So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all coming here, and don't forget to check out my other videos. Also, like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Hasta luego.